popped in, old, Bruce Dollar, Brandt, who've been around VR for many years, so they're here doing an interview. So what this is, I mentioned exposure therapy. Exposure therapy in its traditional form is where somebody with post-traumatic stress is asked to sit down, close their eyes, and imagine and narrate the traumatic event. And you do this repeatedly, and you do it in various ways over the course of 8 to 12 sessions with other things involved in the treatment. But so far, it's one of the best evidence-based approaches for the treatment of PTS. It sounds counterintuitive. A lot of times when I tell people, well, we do exposure therapy, but we use VR, they say, that's got to be torture. You're going to re-traumatize people. Well, actually, it doesn't. If we have a good, well-trained clinician, they can put people in a VR simulation. What you're seeing up there is what's going on in this headset, and we can help them in the process of confronting and processing difficult emotional memories, and that's at the core of it. A lot of times people that say, oh, this is torture, they say, well, I say, what should you do? And they go, well, supportive counseling, don't worry about the past, look ahead to the future, or group therapy is good. It's like, well, you know what, that stuff is good, but not on its own. Those are not evidence-based approaches. If you just do that, people carry this diagnosis the rest of their life. You've got to address the trauma directly in treatment. Hard medicine for hard problems. So there's no question about that. So let me show you what we've done and how we deliver this stuff. Over here is a clinician control panel. And here the clinician paces the exposure, and the patient puts on a headset and does everything they would do if they were doing it in a traditional way with imagination, where they focus on a specific trauma memory and narrate it as if it's happening in the first person in real time. But meanwhile, we're controlling different features. So if the trauma memory involved, well, you're in a desert environment, but let me just pop out of this real quick.
Are you going to demo it on a person?
Yeah, you guys will get to try this. Here are still images of the 14 worlds. So we built out 14 different worlds that are relevant, that we heard from people in our initial run through treatment, of places that they were traumatized. And so we build those as a base. And driving stuff here. And we'll go back to the driving. And
so are these based off of the actual locations?
We don't have, they're not geo-specific. They're not like, 3rd and 4th and 8th Avenue in New York City or in Fallujah. That would just be a monstrous job to try to do the whole thing. So we have geotypical content, and we modeled stuff off of photographs. This is one case in a MRAP, but we can switch it so now you're in a Humvee. And were you a passenger or were you a driver? Well, I was a passenger. I was in the front seat, or I was in the back. No, the other back. Okay, there we go. Or I was in the turret. And up in the turret, you can get a view of the lay of land, time of day. Okay, morning. Oh, there were clouds. Okay, let's pop that in there. Sunset. Get rid of the clouds. Night vision. that you actually. So you not only get the visuals, but you're getting good sound. That's the spatialized install machine. You can crank out nasty ass smells, like garbage, green rubber, body odor, diesel fuel. You know, not good smells, but smells associated with war. And the base shaker, which actually makes it so you actually feel some of the stuff in your body, which I think is probably one of the more important features of the whole thing. What's that? Smells good.
Can you do one of the smells?
So this is, well, yeah, let me pump one up here. Andrew, do you know which one's which on this
Yeah.
box? All right, so it's cranked on burning rubber. It hasn't been turned on for